Welcome back to the Pulse. We'll begin with some health issues, and prostate cancer is real, but being diagnosed with a condition is not a death sentence. And the series put together by Seth Kwame Boateng, the third and concluding part of JoyNews documentary Balls in Danger. Seth Kwame Boateng speaks to the experts on how to manage the condition. Here are some experts.
My name is Seth Kwame Boateng. Here is a story about men and how a cancerous growth in their genitals has become a dreadful thief of their potency and a killer. Prostate cancer patients endure a lot of psychological distress, battling anxiety and depression, beside the pains that come with it. Services of clinical psychologists must be sought to help prostate cancer patients face their fears. Luckily, I have met one of such clinical psychologists, Dixon Dykosen. He has done an extensive research on the psychological impact of cancers, including prostate cancer.
When the person is going through this phase of therapy, including the biopsy that they will do, it comes with pain in addition to the person's distress. Some experience some level of, obesity, some diabetic conditions come in which were not associated with the person already. So the person, even though the person has a cancer to contend with, he has other challenges also to contend with. And then eventually you are told that this phase of the treatment might not help you in terms of your sexual potency, which is the prostatectomy and all that. So if that happens, this is where the person comes with terms that it looks as if I really have a challenge. And most men, when they get that news that this phase, you are not likely going to have sustain your erection very well, or you are not going to be able to have enough libido, it comes with a big challenge, bigger challenge.
This is not a fiction. It is the reality. There are more men battling with prostate cancer who are holding on tight to their balls. They prefer dying with it than living without it. One of such men is in Aswanse, a suburb of Kumasi. He is 56 years, and for purposes of this documentary, he wants to be called Ibrahim. He has vowed to resist any attempt by doctors to touch his manhood, even if it is a move to save his life. Ibrahim started experiencing the symptoms of prostate cancer some years ago, and it has already affected his potency.
The urge to have sex is no longer there. Erection is even a problem now. I have to rely on a drug before I can experience a bit of that. Without the drug, I can't have sex. I used to go to the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital for medicine. Even with that, I can't reach orgasm, but at least my wife does. On a lucky day, I could have a small discharge. Without the drug, the urge to have sex does not even arise, though I have blood flowing through me.
At this point, the psychological burden extends to other members of the family.
In the studio with me is the man whose balls are not in danger, Seth Kwame Boateng, who put together this documentary. Seth, you're welcome.
Thank you, Aisha.
Very good job you've done, and keep up the good job.
Thank you.
But take us through some highlights of the first 2 episodes of Balls in Danger.
So the first 2, we had doctors tell us what it's all about. We spoke to some victims. I remember one man who is in the 70s, a former mechanical engineer with Ghana Water Company, who has been paralyzed through prostate cancer. And he's spending $1,500 on one injection every 2 months. And there's a particular drug that he has to also take, I think once every week. That is also 400 cedis. So it talks about the burden that it brings. And it talks about the dangers, what men are doing to trigger this. So we got to know that late detection People, when they are growing, usually some would experience prostate enlargement, but it's up to you to seek medical attention as quickly as possible. Don't wait for it to progress. So if you're a man and urinate frequently, doctors say if you wake up around 5 times in the night, you should start checking before it graduates to become prostate cancerous.
Okay.
Because when it turns cancerous, your balls would have to be sacrificed. So they have to remove your balls. That's your testicles to save your life. Otherwise, you may die.
Then that means that you're no longer a man.
No. You can't perform because the testicles produces the testosterone, and that gives you the urge to even have sex or get you attracted to a woman. Once that have been taken off, there's nothing you can do. So you don't even feel it. You don't have the urge for sex, and it's dangerous. It's very serious.
But what are the causes of this prostate cancer?
Aging. As we age, we may face that prostate enlargement. Yes, it's normal for your prostate to enlarge, but the moment you notice that, it's up to you to seek immediate attention, treatment. 2, biological makeup, genetic factors. We are black, and it's high in the black race. So
why that?
Because the amount of melanin we need to fight that, because of our color,
less.
We hardly get that from the sunlight.
Okay.
How many men, blacks, are willing to stand in the sun or under the sun for 30 minutes? We will rarely do that. Now we sit in air-conditioned vehicles. We come to offices, air-conditioned, home air-conditioned. So we don't get the amount of sunshine needed to fight this.
Okay.
You understand? But you go to the white, we see them almost all the time when we go to visit the beach. Yeah, always lying under the sun, experiencing that.
Okay.
Also, the food we eat. Those who like pork, the pizza,
the fatty foods.
Yeah, exactly. They have to watch out. Alcohol, and if you also smoke, your risks are very high. Also, familiar history. For example, if your father had prostate cancer, okay,
so it tends to be hereditary.
Yeah, chances are you may also experience it. But if your brother also experienced it, then your chances are very, very high. Meaning you have to watch out.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so if your father didn't have and your brother has, your chances are still high?
Well, it means your brother got it from somebody in the family. Okay. So your chances are still high because it's your direct brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Very, very interesting revelations. And I'm sure the men out there are taking
Yes, I remember this is going to be the final part, the 2 editions that we showed.
What should we expect in the
But before I come to that, I got a number of men calling, those who have gone to do the PSC test, that is their blood has been tested. Some men have gone to do that, and they are free, and they are very excited about it.
So the response has been positive?
Has been very positive. The final part, we are looking at what you have to do to avoid getting that.
Okay.
And even if you are told you have prostate cancer, what you can do immediately, you understand? Well, your chances are you may have your testicles sacrificed, but you need that to survive. So you have to let go your testicles to survive. That's what you're going to learn today. And the food we eat, men, more vegetables, tomatoes, more exercise, more, you understand? These things are very serious. Again, a doctor may tell you the more sex you have, the less your risk of getting that. You also hear that in the documentary.
The more sex you have.
That's what some research told us. And I got a doctor talking about that too.
So your risk of getting prostate cancer
that's what they say.
Okay.
So we're going to hear more on that.
Okay, so that's very interesting, said Kwame Boateng. But did you get into contact with people who had this prostate but do not want to take it out for some funny reasons?
So what we just watched, we saw a man speak to me. We didn't show his face. He is battling that, spending thousands of cedis on treatment. He has been told his testicles would have to be removed, but he's saying no, he will die with it.
Why?
Yeah, he will die because he wants to go to his maker intact. He doesn't want to lose anything. So he says if that will kill him, he's okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so there are people like that.
Well, I think that the bottom line is for us to check our lifestyle, the food we eat, the kind of things we do.
Do the test, go for the screening very early. One doctor told me that you can do that as your birthday present. Every year, go and do the screening.
Exactly.
You understand?
Okay.
And if you're a man from 40 onwards, you should be checking almost
regularly
every year.
Okay.
Yeah, that is crucial.
I'm sure some men just took the last part that the more you have sex, your chances of
That's
getting.
what they say.
But,
so we're going to hear an explanation.
You can't have more sex without eating the right food and doing the right thing.
Exactly.
So please add that. It's a package. Thanks so much
Thank you,
for passing by. So it's prostate cancer. And when is the last?
It's airing this evening at 6:30 on JoyNews channel here.
So the third and concluding part of Balls in Danger is this evening at 6 p.m. You don't want to miss it. Sir Kwamboatin, thanks so much for passing by. This is The Pulse. We'll take a break. When we come back, there is more on The Pulse.